Your discussion of cars, Jim, reminds me of Oppenheimer going to street high Tesla 1036. They were at 486. Meantime, Mercedes is unveiling its first electric compact SUV in Europe called the EQA. But the point from Oppenheimer on Tesla, Jim, is that, in their words, the learning advantage of all the cycles on the road, million vehicles on the road, is going to come back and pay them back in terms of LiDAR down the road. That's an opportunity they think faster than competitors.
Yeah, there's really an amazing article today about VW, the biggest, and how they're just not there. I mean, they did talk about how there's an NVIDIA person there. NVIDIA's got a lot of chips that you need. They're the dominant producer of a lot of the great electric stuff in Audi. But, you keep reading about these companies that just missed the cycle. Now, GM, I think, is catching up to the cycle. I think, David, GM is very excited.
Well, you're joined by investors. I mean, forget about Tesla, only up 22% for the year. GM's up 34% this year. That's probably the best year GM's ever seen, and the month isn't even over.
Well, Mary Barra is doing a remarkable job, and people seem to think, wait a second. When we see the real cars made with EV, blah, blah, when you see them, it's too late.
I know, but GM's gone parabolic. I mean, look at the last 2 weeks. Look at the last 20, whatever, since the beginning of the month.
Oh, that's because it's doing much better?
Okay.
Is that...
There it is.
Kind of,
look at that.
That's
look at that
what
move.
Happens when they do well.
They do well. Well, they've announced a lot of things. They've announced a lot of things. Yesterday, of course, the announcement that Microsoft would be an investor in the Cruise division, for lack of a better word, of GM, propelled the stock higher, another 8%?
Well, I think it's doing better than many of the SPAC EVs that you talk about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to now. No, not going to do it. Not going to go there.
Carl, there are companies. I mean, look, clean energy, everyone is very excited about clean energy. And the president-elect is very interested in things like hydrogen, clean hydrogen. So those stocks have moved up justifiably. I mean, the president is trying to this new president is making a commitment to areas of alternative power that says, listen, he's going to make it so all those big fossil fuel companies that keep going up, don't be so sure, Carl, that that's the place to be when you have a president who's deeply committed and believes in, believes in global warming, believes in climate change, Carl. This could be remarkable. I mean, you know, the other people who believe in that are the utility companies who were so afraid to do President Trump's bidding.
Jim, I'm glad you brought that up, because yesterday the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, nation's largest business lobby, came out with some comments that said not only do they applaud us rejoining the Paris Accord, and, of course, we'll rejoin a bunch of different things, the World Health Organization, with some of these EOs today, but didn't discount or necessarily criticize the idea of market-based credits for carbon. So is the president-elect going to be – are they going to be fighting business on this one or not?
I thought that was shocking. Because I had last night, I had a really good company, Logitech, going to see the stocks going back up, and they're talking about putting a carbon statement on everything they make, not unlike the calories that you see on the side of whatever you eat. David, this is the start. I think this is the start of people saying, I want to be carbon neutral myself.
That would be fascinating. I wonder how the system would work and whether you could really trust whatever the number was being put on a particular product. But that's very interesting.
How can you immediately
make that judgment?
Couldn't you just say, hey, listen, Jim, did you already have to find fault in it?
Yes, I did.
Why don't you give me 24 hours and then find fault in it?
I'm a very fractious person. I can't help it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.